stop thinking of you. So we all saw the game last night, at least I assume so. I did predict the winner of the Super Bowl. If you saw I believe it was the Chiefs video. I did predict the Chiefs to win. I didn't predict the score exactly right, but I feel like what I said was pretty accurate to how the game went in real life. You can go check that out if you would like to. But before we hop into the 49ers rebuild, I would like to give my thoughts on the game. I personally believe this was the 49ers game to win. I believe with 8 minutes left in the third quarter, the Chiefs still only had 3 points. And when your defense is able to keep Mahomes to 3 points throughout that long of the game, that is your opportunity to get ahead and make this game practically unwinnable. Brock Purdy could have had a better game. I mean, he obviously wasn't terrible, but he did miss a couple throws. The deep ball to Deebo Samuel, although Chris Jones was in his face. But, I mean, Christian McCaffrey fumbled. And then, obviously, in the fourth quarter and overtime, the defense starts to fall apart a little bit. But you can't even put the blame on them. They've been playing great throughout the whole rest of the game. The offense was not able to get it done in the first half of the game. And when your defense is, keeping Mahomes off the field, they're obviously going to be getting tired. A lot of people are upset about the option to receive the ball in overtime. I don't even think that matters very much because I believe Chris Jones was interviewed and said that the Chiefs, went through it and practiced it, and that if they went and scored a touchdown on the second drive of overtime, they were going to go for 2 anyway. Now that I think about it, I feel like they should have deferred now that I mentioned that. Because not only that, if you defer, let's say the Niners defer and the Chiefs get a field goal. You now know as the 49ers, you technically only need a field goal to still be in the game. And if you defer and the Chiefs get a touchdown, you need a touchdown. So every fourth down, you can go for it. You know what needs to be done to win the game. I don't know. I thought it was a great game. It started off slow and was boring. It got great in the end. I'm honestly fine with the outcome. I was rooting for the 49ers, but the Chiefs deserved it and they won. And Patrick Mahomes is eventually going to go down as the greatest quarterback of all time. I'm sure you guys don't even care about any of this. So let's just get the rebuild started. I did not know they gave Brock Purdy X Factor in this game, though. That's pretty sick. So the Chiefs oh my God. So the 49ers have 4 X Factors on offense. That's crazy. I also didn't know Javarius Ward was superstar. That's also pretty nice to see. What quarter was it that Greenlaw got injured? Was it the second quarter? He was running on the field. It almost looked like an Achilles tear or something. So that was definitely unfortunate for the 49ers. I mean, you got to feel bad for them. I hate after the game when they're showing all the opposing teams sad faces while the confetti's falling down for the other team. It's always a depressing sight to see. But today, we are going to be saving the 49ers. Let me go ahead and force lose our Super Bowl just so that the Niners don't end up winning it. That score is actually really close to the real-life score, wasn't it? Let me try to think. I think it was 22-25. Could have been 22-26, but obviously there's not going to be a PAT kicked after overtime. We do not lose anybody in retirement this year. I was really only worried about Trent Williams retiring because he's kind of our whole O-line. We do have negative $14 million here to work with, and I don't even know who the Niners have to re-sign in this upcoming offseason, so we're going to have to take a look. You know what, fuck it, we're going to use real-life draft classes for this video. I'm a college football casual. Maybe if I use these real-life draft classes more often, I'll start to learn more about these players and what colleges they go to. I normally don't pay much attention to the college players until after the draft. I don't know, I've never really been able to get into college football like that. It's weird. Oh, I did know that they had to re-sign Chase Young because he was on a contract year when they traded for him. Well, we're not going to bring him back here. And honestly, he was not that good for the 49ers this year. I remember those first couple playoff games, it almost looked like he wasn't even trying. I will say he looked like he was giving good effort in the Super Bowl, but I don't think he's worth a $44 million deal, so we're not going to give that to him. It's not like we can anyway, so we're going to be losing all these players. I feel like Juwan Jennings is a really good player on the 49ers offense, so it sucks we're not going to bring him back. I like Ray McLeod as well. But yeah, we are going to be losing all these players. A little unfortunate, but I'm honestly all right with it. It's going to make this rebuild a little bit difficult. I could probably restructure some deals and make it possible, but maybe we'll have a dick ton of money next year and we'll be able to make some shit happen. It says we have $18 million now, though, so I guess we could potentially sign a free agent. I think the only person we're going to go for in free agency is going to be Marquise Brown. I honestly kind of think Marquise Brown should go to the Chiefs next year, but, they're not even offering him here, and we could use a receiver. We lost Juwan Jennings, we lost Ray McLeod, and we would have a really nice receiving core if we were able to acquire him, and we're his top offer, so I feel like we will. Ooh, and he still has not signed. That's a little bit scary. All right, and it looks like the Raiders are pretty interested, so we're going to give Marquise Brown a better offer. And then we'll just go ahead and sim this out to the draft. We'll see if he goes to the Raiders or we'll see if he signs with us. I did not say this yet, but I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this rebuild for. The goal is to, get the 49ers a Super Bowl that they've been wanting. But, this isn't like a 10-year rebuild. There's no really set stone time. If we're like 4 or 5 years in, and we haven't won a Super Bowl, we're going to have to call it there because I'm not, I'm trying to get you guys more videos that aren't an hour and a half, 2 hours long. And Marquise Brown did sign with us, so that's honestly really good. In the draft, we could definitely use some more O-linemen, especially, a guard. We could use another tackle too. Mikovits is only at a 72 overall. And we could use another DN because we lost Chase Young. I don't hate our secondary though. We could obviously use another safety, but we could also just move Brown over to free safety. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that because Jair Brown is a higher overall and has a better depth trait than George Odom. So we'll do that. He's going to develop better for us. We kind of need another linebacker, but I wouldn't say this is too important of a position to go for because I don't know if we even use 3 linebackers at once very often with this defense. So I'm kind of looking into drafting O-linemen and then probably an edge rusher. But let's get into the draft. We, of course, pick at 31. I wonder if they fixed the draft order because I remember, even if you make it to the real-life point, the draft order was messed up for a while. Yeah, it is messed up because I think Washington picks at 3. No, I think I'm a fucking idiot. I think they pick at 2. Yeah, I'm an idiot. But who fucking cares? Let's just get into our pick. No! I cannot believe that I just did that. Guess it doesn't matter that we used real draft classes because we simmed the fucking draft and we took a running back in the second round when we already have 2. We did take Jeremiah McKee. He does have normal dev, but he's a 74 overall. He could start for us at right tackle. We took Donovan Edwards in the second round. We have McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell. I don't know why we would do that. Eric Renaud can start on our O-line. We actually have a pretty good hole, or a pretty big hole at guard. I don't know these players' dev traits, so they're probably all normal. I remember when I used this draft class in the past, there's not many hidden dev players. Oh, sick. The one position we don't need is the one position where we got a hidden dev. That's perfect. But it looks like the Bears took Marvin Harrison with the first overall pick. Caleb Williams falls to the Commanders. I actually think the Commanders are going to end up with Caleb Williams, especially after they hired Cliff Kingsbury. I think they're going to try to move up for him because I don't think they're going to be able to get him at 2. I think the Bears know that other teams are going to want Caleb Williams, so they're going to, hold out and make people trade up for him. But then it looks like Ty Blumberg goes 3rd overall. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Drake May goes 4th to the Cardinals. I don't think that's happening either. I don't know. Maybe I need to find a better draft class because these draft classes are normally pretty inaccurate. Jaden Daniels normally falls in the second round, and I think mock drafts have him going 3rd to the Patriots. I don't know. But hey, we have 2 new starting O-linemen, so I can't really complain about that. I'm pretty upset that we drafted Edwards, if I'm being honest, because that's the furthest from what we need right now. We literally have the best running back in the league. We did draft Montrell Freeman, though. We could technically start him at D-end, but I kind of think Drake Jackson would be the better play. Let's just go ahead and let him start for now. Hopefully, in one of these future drafts, we can draft somebody better, because I was going to try to draft a fucking D-end in the first round. Or no, I probably would have taken an O-lineman in the first round, but who cares? Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. We use real draft classes because I'm a fucking idiot. I had a video idea recently. I actually want to ask how you guys feel about it. If you're watching this part, please let me know in the comments what you would think about this video. I would probably use her the Chiefs, maybe even the Niners, just a stacked team, maybe even the Ravens. And I was going to turn the progression sliders all the way up, the regression sliders all the way down, and put it on very strong draft classes and just try to build a 99 overall super team. That sounds so much fun. So if you guys would like to see that video, let me know. We're at 87 overall going into this season. We pretty much have a very similar roster as last year, but we got a better receiver 3. We improved the O-line, a little bit. And we obviously lost Chase Young, who is better in this game than he is in real life. But do y'all think the Niners will re-sign Chase Young? I really don't think he will. I think if Chase Young wants money, he's going to have to go somewhere else. I think if he wants to win and take a pay cut, the Niners would re-sign him, but who knows? Let's get to the midseason of the technical first year of the rebuild, and let's see how we're doing at the midseason. And at the midseason, we are 4-3. Also, we're going to get a little sidetracked here because I almost forgot to mention we're less than 20 subs away from 200 at the moment. So if you enjoy the video, if you enjoy Madden Rebuilds, if you enjoy my videos especially, leave a like on the video and subscribe. We're trying to get to 200. I appreciate you guys so much. I just wanted to, make sure I said that. But 4-3, definitely not bad. Brock Purdy is playing great. 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns, only 3 picks with a 73% completion percentage. McCaffrey's, of course, doing great. 700 yards in 7 games is crazy. 5.6 per carry and 6 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk is our leading receiver. He has 7 touchdowns as well, and it looks like Marquise Brown is doing pretty good. He has 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. O-line is holding up pretty good. Only our tackles have allowed sacks. We haven't allowed a single sack from the interior. Greenlaw is leading our team in tackles, so we're getting sacks. I mean, Hargrave has 2.5. Why does Nick Bosa only have 1 sack? I feel like that's a little bit dumb. And I don't know. We could be getting to the quarterback more. We have a decent amount of picks, though, at the midseason. We got 5 on the year so far. So the only complaint I really have for that is just a pass rush. I would like us to get to the quarterback more, but honestly, we're doing pretty good as of right now. Let's take a look at what players we have to re-sign. Dude, we only have $6.8 million. We have to re-sign Ayuk, Charvarius Ward, who... Oh, my God. This is bad. What do I even do? Should probably trade one of these dudes away, if I'm being honest, because even at the end of the year, if we restructure, we're not going to be able to bring back all of these guys. I want to bring back Hufanga, and I want to bring back Ayuk. I don't think we're going to be able to bring back both of them. I feel like corner is one of the most replaceable positions, at least in Madden, because you can draft really good corners, although Charvarius Ward doesn't want much money. We're going to trade someone. I just got to figure out who. Looks like the Vikings drafted Michael Penix. That's pretty cool. Okay, and we turned Charvarius Ward into the Vikings' first and second round pick. I probably could have gotten more, but let's be real, in real life, he's not going for a first and a second, so I'm not going to try to take too much from them, and I think that's going to be all we're trading. I'd like to get draft picks out of these guys while I can, but I'd also like to win this year. We're 4-3, so if we're able to win a Super Bowl this year, it'd be nice to keep those guys around. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to the end of the season, and let's see how we finish off. Damn, dude, I kind of wish I knew we were going to trade Charvarius Ward, because then I could have, scouted corners. And we actually finished out the year 14-3, and we got the 1 seed in the first round bye. We had the 4th. But Brock Purdy had a great year, 3,600 yards, 33 touchdowns, 5 picks, 70% completion percentage. McCaffrey had a fucking crazy year, 1,500 yards, 5.1 per carry, 14 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk had a crazy year, 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns. Deebo Samuel did pretty good, 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. Kittle did good, he had 7 touchdowns. Marquise Brown did pretty good. I mean, as the receiver 3, you can't ask for much more than this. McCaffrey also had almost 300 through the air. See, oh my God, this shit pisses me off. Why is it always the highest overall lineman that plays the worst, especially when they have a dev trait? I think you guys have heard me complain about that enough. We don't got to get into it, but Trent Williams allows 10 sacks. Jeremiah McKee only allowed 4, so I think we have our tackle for the rest of the rebuild. Aaron Banks only allows 1. Eric Renaud only allows 1 as well, and Jake Brendel didn't allow a single sack all year. Fred Warner ends up leading the team in tackles with 119. We got 17 TFLs out of Drake Jackson, so I guess he did all right as a starter. Not very many sacks, though. 16 TFLs out of Eric Armstead, 13 out of Bosa, 11 out of Fred Warner. We also got 10 out of Javon Hargrave. We had a lot of TFLs. 8.5 sacks out of Nick Bosa, 7 out of Armstead, 5.5 out of Hargrave. Not many sacks on the year, if I'm being honest. How much was this? 15.5, 21, 24, I believe. That's not very good. But Fred Warner had 6 interceptions. Ambry Thomas had 5, 2 out of Hufanga, 1 out of Jair Brown, and 1 out of Jalen Graham. Ambry Thomas could even get a dev trade upgrade for this. I guess we'll have to see. MVP goes to Josh Allen. Brock Purdy places in 8th. NFC Offensive Player of the Year. Actually, wait. Let me check Coach of the Year because we went 14-3. Hey, we won Coach of the Year. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Chris Olave. Don't think I've seen him win it before, but Brandon Ayuk comes in 2nd. McCaffrey places 7th. Brandon Ayuk having a good year is kind of bad for us, though. It's going to make it even harder to re-sign him. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons. Looks like Fred Warner actually came in 4th place. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to J.J. McCarthy on the Buccaneers. That's interesting for sure. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to DeAndre Barkley on the Panthers. And doesn't look like we have anybody here, but I don't think... Yeah, we definitely didn't have any rookies starting on our defense. Our really only starting rookies were on the O-line because the CPU took a running back in the 2nd round. That was cool. But let's see who we're taking on in the divisional. Please don't be like the fucking Cowboys or something. All right, this is slightly better. We're taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. They only have an 84 overall defense. Yeah, we had a better defense than them, and we had a better offense. So we should win this game. Let's go ahead and sim to the NFC Championship, and let's see what happens. And we do win 31-21 over the Eagles. But now we're taking on the Cowboys, who also went 14-3 with the 2nd offensive points per game and the 5th defense. I think we know what's going to happen here. We do have a higher overall team. We have a 91 overall offense, but it's really up for grabs on who's going to win this game. The Cowboys are technically the better team statistically. But let's get to the Super Bowl and let's see if we make it. And we are actually in the Super Bowl. According to Madden, the Dolphins are going to be in the Super Bowl this year. That's funny, though, because I just saw a TikTok of somebody betting the Dolphins to win the Super Bowl next year. But Brandon Ayuk goes up to X Factor. Of course, he does all this in a fucking contract year. Dude, and that's actually crazy. Jalen Graham did get a dev trait upgrade. He's only a 68 overall, but I mean, if he's going to play that good for us, I don't see any reason in benching him or anything. But yeah, the corners are looking a little scary. It doesn't look like we have any other dev traits on defense. Actually, no, Drake Jackson was normal dev, so we will take that, honestly. And I think we can beat the Dolphins. The Dolphins aren't crazy in simulation. They have the 10th offense in points per game, the 14th defense, and they only went 10-7. So let's go ahead and hop in and let's see what happens. So the Dolphins get down the field early with a touchdown. Looks like we drive down the field and answer with a touchdown of our own. The Dolphins kick a field goal. They take a 3-point lead, but we are up by 4 after scoring another touchdown. We're actually playing pretty good on offense, but we're down by 3 entering the half. The Dolphins are up by 6 after kicking another field goal, and we just turned the ball. Bro, we're about to lose to the Dolphins. Yeah, fuck that, dude. Let's see what that turnover was. Who was it? Bro, Brock Purdy kind of was terrible. I mean, 81% completion percentage is good, but only 200 yards. He threw the same amount of picks as he did touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey didn't get a touchdown. I mean, he averaged 5.4 per carry, though. I don't know. That was bad, dude. I feel like realistically we should have won that game. We were higher overall. We had a better season, but hey, we made a Super Bowl technically back-to-back years, but I think morally, as a real NFL player, not in Madden because I don't give a fuck, I would rather not make the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. If I was going to lose, I'd rather just not make the fucking playoffs at that point. And this is probably the point where we lose Trent Williams, which is pretty bad. I mean, if I lost 2 Super Bowls in a row, I'd call it quits. Yeah, Trent Williams does retire. We also lose Eric Harris, but who cares? Looks like Bobby Wagner finishes out his career with the Cardinals. And Pete Carroll retired as well, but he's not even the fucking Seahawks coach anymore. Who did they hire? They hired the Ravens defensive coordinator, right? Can't remember his name off the top of my head. But hey, it says we have $41 million now. So we should be able to at least bring back Brandon Ayuk. Hopefully we can bring back Hufanga as well. And if we're not able to re-sign the rest of the guys, I'm honestly kind of content with that because those are the 2 guys I want back the most. So we're going to offer Brandon Ayuk 4 years, $94.5 million, and he re-signs with us. And then we're going to offer Hufanga 5 years, $100 million, and he also wants to re-sign. And that's literally everybody we can re-sign. So we're going to lose Dre Greenlaw. We're going to lose Diomodor. How do you say this name? Diomodor Lenore? I just go with Lenore because I'm not trying to say all that. We're going to lose him as well. We're going to lose Elijah Mitchell, which isn't a big deal. We're going to lose Eric Armstead, which kind of sucks. We're also going to lose Ambry Thomas, which kind of sucks. But we got back the most important players, and honestly, that's what matters the most to me. We'll take a look at who's in free agency, because if there's somebody real nice, we'll consider restructuring some deals here and see if we can get somebody. And somehow we have $24 million now. Do I not know how football works, or is Madden stupid? That's my question. Joe Thuney wouldn't be a bad addition, but that would take literally all of our money. I mean, we did just move that other safety up to free safety, so we don't really need Javon Holland. We could try to bring back Drake Greenlaw, or we could replace him with someone even better in JOK. Or we could go for Greg Newsome. Ooh. Let's see who we're more likely to get. I think Greg Newsome is actually cheaper, but we're not able to get into his top offers. What if we give him 6 years, $97 million? This is probably going to make the future kind of scary. Dude, and we're still not even in the top offers? I think it'd probably be a smarter move to just bring back the guys that we had. So we're going to try to bring back Lenore and Dre Greenlaw. Oh, shit, we can't afford both of them. Fuck. I don't know what to do. I guess we're just going to go for JOK, to be honest. I mean, because JOK is younger than Dre Greenlaw. I think he has the potential to be better for us in the long run. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go for him. God damn it. He's going to go to the fucking Cardinals. He's going to go to a fucking division rival. Can my fucking monitor stop? Fuck it. We'll just go for Dre Greenlaw, I guess. All right. We got Dre Greenlaw back. I guess that's cool. Who fucking cares? I would have liked that to go better, but, at least we got an extra player back that we already had, so definitely will help us out in the long run, I guess. I would have really liked to have JOK because I think that would have been an upgrade for us. Also would have liked to have Greg Newsome, but no matter how much we offered him, we weren't even in his top offers, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. But hey, we have an extra first and second round pick going into the draft, which is really helpful because we have the 31st overall pick because we made the Super Bowl and lost. God, losing Super Bowls fucking sucks. I could imagine how it feels in real life because it kind of pisses me off in Madden. We obviously need to draft a left tackle. We could kind of fill up some other spots on the O-line here too as well. And then, I was going to draft a DN, but should we just leave Drake Jackson in? Yeah, we could give Drake Jackson another year. If he's going to get a dev trait upgrade, we may as well give him a shot. We don't need to draft a linebacker. Oh, shit. Okay, we need to draft a corner. Okay. Yeah, I see what we need to go for. We need to go for left tackle and we need to go for corner. And we have 2 first-round picks to do so. So saying so 2 times in a row comes off so weird. I actually really like this tackle that's projected to go to, I think it was the Eagles. Yeah, Max Bush is Max Bush is projected to go to the Eagles. So I think I'm going to try to trade our first-round pickup with the Eagles to get this tackle, and then we'll use the 10th overall pick to hopefully draft a corner. I think that's what we're going to do. Ooh, don't we need a D tackle too? I didn't even really think about that. We do need a D tackle. I don't know how I missed that. So we're actually able to trade up with the Eagles, and we didn't even have to give up a first or a second. I mean, obviously we had to give up the first that we're trading up with, but we're still going to have 2 firsts and we're still going to have 2 seconds. So I should be able to draft a tackle, a corner, and a D tackle that are all pretty good. And then, we can use the rest of the picks to hopefully fill out the rest of the O-line. That's probably the game plan. But yeah, let's see what corner we can get with the 10th overall pick here. Shout out Vikings for the pick. I'm almost more intrigued by the later projected corners than I am the higher ones. Maybe I don't know what to do here. Because we could go with Brandon Adams, I guess. He's 22, he's 6'1". He's fucking so slow. He has Elite Excel, though. He just doesn't look that good. I don't know. I almost think we're better off not taking corner with this pick. What about, how are the D tackles looking? Okay, the D tackles are looking a lot better. Matthew Teal, he's 6'1", 299. He is 23. But you're in a 4.71 it that way. He has elite speed and great strength. He has 37 bench reps. Only C block shedding is a little scary, but A finesse moves and A to C power moves, A play rec, A awareness. I think this is who we're going to be going with. Let's go ahead and take Matthew Teal. Hidden dev, 90 strength. I feel like could be a little bit higher with 37 bench reps, but 80 speed, 83 excel at 300 pounds is not bad. So we're going to go with an offensive tackle with the next pick and then hopefully get a pretty good corner in the second round. The guy that we wanted to get that we traded up for isn't even here anymore, but there's some other decent looking tackles like Zion Lockhart. I mean, this guy went to Oklahoma. He could almost be our Trent Williams. 6'7", 325 pounds. He had 36 bench reps, which was the second strongest in the combine. Holy shit, this guy's actually nasty. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and take Zion Lockhart here. Hidden dev, 91 strength. He's 21 out of OU, 6'7". That guy is a fucking unit. So I'm actually really happy with our first 2 picks. So if we can hit on a hidden dev corner here, I would say our draft was pretty perfect. Kind of think I'm going to go with Shaden Hamilton. He's 21 out of Tennessee. He's not that fast, but he does have elite excel. He has A-man, B-press, and B-zone. His play rec is really low, so is his awareness. So I kind of feel like this guy might be normal dev, but he's going to be high enough overall that he can start for our corners anyway. And if he can just get like a couple interceptions, he could potentially win Defensive Rookie of the Year and get a dev up. So let's go ahead and take him. But he has a whopping 57 strength, but 90 speed and 95 excel. I will definitely take it. I think that was a good pick. He'll probably only be like a 72 or a 73 overall, but still a good pick nonetheless. And I would say the move here would be to try to fill out the rest of the O-line, unless there's somebody who's just really eyeing me down. There's another really good tackle. Oh my god. I mean, but he's 6'8". I mean, I almost want to take him and move him to guard, but like he's a pass protector, so he's like a real tackle. Ooh, but Paul Greco, would that be how you say that? Looks real good. 31 bench reps, pretty good. I feel like that's a little bit better than solid strength, especially when you're the 3rd strongest center in the combine, but his ratings look really good. Yeah, let's go ahead and take him. Only normal, which I actually wasn't expecting. I feel like the other guy, the tackle I was looking at, probably would have had hidden, so maybe I should have taken him instead, but I don't hate the pick. He'll probably start on our O-line anyway. Okay, we don't even really need a receiver right now, but Nelson Coakley is 6'5", 231 pounds. He's only 22. He ran a 4.45, which is great speed. He had 15 bench reps as a receiver. He has A spec catch, B release, and A catch in traffic. Some of the other ratings are a little iffy, but I mean, A to C deep route, B short route. I think I know who we're going to take. Let's go ahead and pick Nelson Coakley here. Hidden dev, 93 speed, 89 excel. I actually like that pick a lot. But the CPU can take over. Oh my god, I can't talk. The CPU can take over from here, and we will get to the draft recap. And I actually like this draft a lot. The D tackle we drafted is a 77 overall. Lockhart's a 73. The corner is way better than I expected. He's a 76 overall. The center we took is also a 73. He had normal, but really good overall. Coakley's a 75, and the CPU took a 71 tight end who probably had hidden. Yeah, these later round tight ends are fucking crazy. Looks like the best player in the class was an 83 overall running back who went to the Browns. There's an 81 overall receiver, an 80 receiver. There was a few quarterbacks. And then Montel Henley would have been a good pick for us. I guess we technically didn't get the best corner possible, but I like the guy we got because we didn't even take him in the first round. So, and then we're probably going to go ahead and move Paul Greco, or would it be Griso? Who even cares? We're going to move him over to guard so that he can start for us because the O-line is looking a little bit iffy. But this is how the offense looks after the draft. McKee had a great year last year. I have high hope for Lockhart. I'll probably allow a decent amount of sacks because our O-line as a whole has a low overall, so somebody's bound to allow like 15 to 20 sacks. Brock Purdy is up to a 91 overall, 95 with morale. Really good receiving core. I'll probably, I don't know what to do because I was going to say I'll put Coakley in the slot so that he gets some reps, but he's like the exact opposite of a slot receiver. So we'll just kind of let him sit there, I guess, until we have a spot for him. And then I really like our defense. I would really like to have another corner, but I mean, Hamilton's going to be our corner one, so I think he can hold it down, for the most part, maybe even win Defensive Rookie of the Year. But I'm kind of excited for this year. I actually got to do the draft, so I'm actually, looking at the players that I drafted myself, not ones that the CPU took. But after making it to the Super Bowl last year, I think we're kind of bound for a down year. But let's go ahead and get to the midseason of this year, and let's see how the team is doing. And you know what? 4-3 at the midseason is not bad. The offense is playing okay. The rushing offense is really good. The defense is doing pretty bad. I think it's about time we change our defensive playbook. I don't really show the playbook changes. I don't really try to rock with the playbooks we're already in for the first couple seasons, but I'll go ahead and show this. So when I'm running a 4-3 defense, I normally go with the Bills. If you guys have something that works better for you, let me know. If I run like a 4-6, sometimes I'll run the Cowboys defense, but I mean, our offensive playbook has been doing good, so we'll leave it as the 49ers, but let's try out the Bills defensive playbook. Let's see how everybody's doing. Brock Purdy's definitely not having as good of a year as last year. 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns, 7 picks, 68% completion percentage. McCaffrey's technically having a bit of a down year from last year, but, this is still great. 4.7 per carry, 5 touchdowns, almost 600 yards. And Donovan Edwards is actually doing pretty good as the backup. He has 3 touchdowns. Ayuk's doing pretty good, 375 yards, 4 touchdowns. Deebo Samuel with 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kittle's doing pretty good. Marquise Brown is doing pretty good. Nelson Coakley isn't doing much, but, we're not playing him much anyways. Although he does have 89 downs played. He could be getting a little bit more targets. And the O-line could be playing a lot worse. Renaud has already allowed 4 from guard. Also, am I saying that name right? I genuinely don't know. But he's already allowed 4 sacks from guard, which isn't great, but our tackles are playing really good. Jake Brendel has only allowed 1 sack. And Paul Greco, that's what I'm going to call him, hasn't allowed a single sack on the year, so that was a good pick. Dre Greenlaw is leading the team in tackles, and Nick Bosa has 6 sacks. That's like almost as many as he had last year, so how's our rookie D tackle doing? 5 TFLs, 2 sacks, not bad. And Devin Woodyard has would it be Woodyard or Woodyard? I don't know, I talk a lot. Which one of these guys is the guy we drafted? I think it's Shaden Hamilton. They both have a pick, though. They're both rookies, so I don't know. I really got to stop yapping so much. But, I mean, we're doing okay. The defense needs to pick it up in the second half of the year. We're not going to make the playoffs. I personally think we probably won't make the playoffs. Oh, I got to see what players we have ready to resign. Shit. All right, we're trading George Kittle. Don't care. I'm okay with losing Debo. Honestly, we might trade Debo now, too, because we just drafted that rookie, and he could actually get a spot in the offense. So we're shipping George Kittle to the Carolina Panthers for a first and second round pick in this year's draft and a second for next year as well. We're also going to go ahead and trade Debo because we did just draft a pretty good receiver, and now he's going to be able to start for us. Debo is already down to star as well. He's 29. He's going to keep progressing, and, we could get some value out of him while we still have the chance. And we turned Deebo Samuel into the Falcons' first-round pick. We're about to make the Falcons a fucking broken team. That's actually really scary. They're already insanely broken in this game, but I would like to bring back Drake Jackson and Christian McCaffrey, but as of right now, we got to try to re-sign Brock Purdy. We actually can't even afford it right now. The thing is, if I re-sign McCaffrey and Drake Jackson right now, I don't know if I'll be able to afford Brock Purdy at the end of the season. Because Christian McCaffrey wants a fucking bag. You know what? Let's go ahead and sign Christian McCaffrey. I'm comfortable with this. We can re-sign Christian McCaffrey. If we don't have the cap to re-sign Brock Purdy at the end of the year, we will tag him. Yeah, but I kind of have a bad feeling about the rest of this year, especially now that we did that. but now it's becoming an actual rebuild. I still think what we did is okay. We have a rookie tight end. We have a rookie receiver to replace the players that we traded. I think the scary part is going to be re-signing Brock Purdy when the time comes. But it actually said we had like 43 million there or something. I don't know. But, Sarah's going to get a starting spot now, as is Coakley. And I think Coakley looked really good. Holy shit. And Teal has superstars. So that is awesome. But let's get to the end of the season. Let's see how the team finishes out. And let's see if we can get in the playoffs. I do have a question for you guys, though, that you can answer in the comments. Do you guys think that Brock Purdy is a system quarterback? Or do you think Brock Purdy is elite? Or do you think he's somewhere in the middle? Let me know how you feel about him in the comments. You can be as, detailed as you want. Or you could just say, I think Brock Purdy's a game manager. And we finished the season 12-5. We won the division again. We won the conference again and got the bye. But we went 12-5. Definitely not bad. Before we see who we're taking on in the divisional, let's see. Also, holy shit. It said we had like one of the top defenses. I didn't even acknowledge that. But Brock Purdy finished out the year pretty strong. 3,500 yards, 25 touchdowns, 10 picks, 69% completion percentage. McCaffrey did great. Almost 1,500 yards, 8 touchdowns. Looks like Donovan Edwards got 11 touchdowns, so I guess that's pretty cool. Brandon Ayuk, honestly a down season from last year, but 17 touchdowns is crazy. He literally had like all of our receiving touchdowns. Marquise Brown got a decent amount of yards. Coakley did pretty good in his first year. Sarah did pretty good in his first year. And Zion Lockhart, honestly, this could be a lot worse. He was a rookie. He only allows 10 sacks. Renaud is the one that bothers me. 9 sacks from guard. He had a pretty decent year last year. That's not very good. Jamari McKee is honestly great. He's been good the last 2 years. Brendel's been great. And Paul Greco only allows 1 sack. Fred Warner gets 119 tackles and leads the team. Nick Bosa got 20 TFLs. We got 15 out of Hargrave, 12 out of Drake Jackson, 12 out of Matthew Teal, and 15.5 sacks out of Nick Bosa, 7.5 out of Matthew Teal. This could potentially be Defensive Rookie of the Year. 5 sacks out of Hargrave, 4 out of Drake Jackson. And Fred Warner gets 4 picks. Jalen Graham gets 3. 3 out of Devin Woodyard. He'll probably also be up there for Defensive Rookie of the Year. 2 out of Shaden Hamilton, 1 out of Greenlaw, 1 out of Womack, 1 out of Hufanga, 1 out of Brown, 1 out of Bush. Holy fuck, that's a lot of interceptions. Before we check the awards, because I know I'm going to forget to do this, we finished with the number 1 defensive points per game. I wanted to check how we are in interceptions. I guess we can only do it when there's like a game coming up. MVP goes to Joe Burrow. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Keenan Allen on the Cardinals. That's very interesting. Brandon Ayuk comes in 4th. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aaron Donald. Nick Bosa comes in 4th place. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Kenny Wilbur for the Falcons. And Nelson Coakley all the way down here in 10th place. Did we win Defensive Rookie of the Year? No, we did not. It goes to BJ Moore for the Seahawks. We actually only came in 5th with Matthew Teal. Came in 6th with Woodyard and 4th. Wow, am I a retard? In 9th with Shaden Hamilton. But yeah, once we see who we're taking on in the divisional, I want to see how our team did like interceptions-wise, like where we were in the league. Because we had a lot of picks. Yeah, we had like one of the worst defenses in the league, and then we changed the playbook, and we finished with the first defensive points per game. Yeah, our defense was number 4 in takeaways. I didn't even acknowledge we're taking on the Giants here. They have an 82 overall team. They're only 10-7. They had a really bad offense. They had a good rushing offense, but our rushing defense was pretty good. I mean, not that good. Our passing defense was better. But let's get to the NFC Championship, and let's see who we hopefully are taking on, because we should win this game. Bro, what? I'm not a pussy, right? Like, that genuinely is stupid. Brock Purdy threw an interception, because why wouldn't he? Christian McCaffrey. Oh, Barkley was just fucking killing us. Yeah, I think that's the problem. They did have the number 1 rushing offense in the league, so I guess it's fair. But come on, we were higher overall. We won more games. Like, it just doesn't matter. Like, this game doesn't care about any of that. We do not lose anybody to retirement. Looks like the Chiefs win another Super Bowl over the Giants, 35-24. Do you guys think that Patrick Mahomes is going to retire the greatest quarterback ever? Because I kind of do, dude. It's getting scary. But on offense, did Sarah have X Factor? Like, did he just come out with it? Bro, he was just X Factor. Oh, he's a blocking tight end, yeah. Those fucking late round blocking tight ends that the CPU take are so good. I feel like McKee is due for a dev up at some point. I don't know how often O-linemen get dev trait upgrades. Looks like Javon Hargrave goes down to normal, but there were some pretty nice D tackles in the draft. Graham had a great year. I don't know why he would go down to normal. That's kind of fucking stupid, but I feel like 50% of my videos is just me complaining, so let me try to not. I just hope we're going to be able to bring back my boy Glock 30 We only have 34 million, so it's going to be hard to do so, because how much does he want a year? Holy mother of fucking God, he wants 55 million a year. Let alone I want to bring back Drake Jackson, although that is kind of the only other player, but we're going to have to try to restructure some deals here. Fortunately, we did just give Brandon Ayuk and Hufanga a bag, so we should be able to clear up some money there by restructuring. Can we restructure the Fred Warner deal too? We cannot. Well, we saved 17 million alone just by restructuring Nick Bosa's deal. Isn't he like the highest paid defensive player of all time now or something like that? Yeah, we didn't even have to do that much restructuring, and we freed up a decent amount of money. We should have enough to bring back Brock Purdy now. We may even be able... Oh my God, I cannot talk. We may even be able to bring back Drake Jackson as well. But 6 years, $336 million for Brock Purdy, and he's excited to stay with the team. I guess let's bring back Drake Jackson as well. Oh, we literally can't afford it. You are not worth this much money, bro. We'll give him team friendly to see if he takes it. Yeah, he's not interested in signing. So whatever, it doesn't bother me too much. I mean, we'll have 12 million in free agency. I don't think that's going to be enough to get anybody crazy, but we could always go for, somebody, maybe some young corner or something like that. Because to be honest, there's really not even anybody I'm that interested here in free agency, so we're just going to go for Jeff Okudah. I go for him a lot in my rebuild. Bruh, the Giants are trying to get him, the fucking team that beat us in the playoffs. Thanks, dude. You know what? I'd rather have Christian Benford anyway. And Christian Benford does sign with us. I actually like that addition a lot. So let's go ahead and get into the draft. And I think we have like 3 first-round picks or something like that. So we should have a nice draft here. So going into the draft, we don't even really need anybody on offense. Brindle's a lower overall, but he's been playing really good. We do kind of need a backup tight end. I'm sure the CPU will draft one that has X Factor or some shit. I want to draft a D tackle, and I want to draft a corner. We need a third corner pretty bad. But other than that, oh yeah, we need a fucking D end as well. But we have a lot of picks to do so. I think we might have to trade up for Josh Carmichael, dude. Elite excel, elite speed, good strength, B play rec, power moves, and block shedding with A awareness, B hit power, A tackle, A to B finesse moves, A to B pursuit. He's projected to fall to 9, so we'll probably trade up to like 7 or 8 just because how much this game likes to lie. And then there's a really good corner projected to fall to 25, so hopefully we can get him. So I would like to use our picks to hopefully get pick number 23, number 7 from the Vikings. The Vikings and the Seahawks. That's who we got to get first round picks from. Okay, we're able to turn our 2 late first rounders into the Vikings pick, which is the 7th overall pick. And honestly, we don't even need to get the Seahawks pick because now we can just draft the corner at 11. I didn't know that was going to go through. I don't think in real life 2 first rounders is enough to trade all the way up to 7, especially when they're that late. But hey, we should be able to get the DN now, assuming the game wasn't lying. Honestly, I'm going to sim pick by pick to see if Carmichael gets taken. Oh, sick, it doesn't. Okay, I was about to say. So he doesn't get taken first overall. He doesn't go second overall. He doesn't go third overall. Jets don't take him. Ooh, the Bears don't take him. So if the Chargers don't take him, we're going to get him. Let's fucking go. Josh Carmichael, welcome to the 49ers. Hidden dev, 86 speed at 90 excel at 6'3", 278 with 86 strength. Holy fuck, that guy's a fucking unit. And then we pick at 11 here, and the corner we want isn't projected to go until later. Maybe there's a better one, though, so let's just take a look. Honestly, no. The best corner is George Gibson. I mean, Rashawn Childress looks good, too. George Gibson's only 21. He ran a 4.4 flat, has elite change of direction and agility. And then Childress he ran a 4.4, a 4.44. I think I like George Gibson better. A-man, A-press, and B-zone. I'm not even going to trade down because I don't want to potentially not get this guy. We're just going to go ahead and take him with this pick here. What the fuck? It's okay. It's whatever. It's fine. So let's see if we can find a good-looking D tackle to take here because I would say that's the next position we need the most. Not really. Greg McKee, 22 out of Boston College. He did have 40 bench reps. How is that not elite strength? B power moves and A play rec. This guy looks pretty good, honestly. Let's go ahead and take him. Hidden dev, 93 strength, which should have been higher, but I don't know. Do they just like make up numbers? Because it'll like say all these ratings. Someone will run like a 4.3 and it'll say like great speed instead of elite, but they'll be the fastest corner in the combine. And then somebody else will run like a 4.35 and it'll say elite speed. I swear like Madden just makes it up. I don't even know. I actually really like Travis King. He's a pass coverage linebacker, and our outside linebacker went down to normal dev after a great year. Elite agility, change of direction, and jumping. A, man coverage, A to C zone, A awareness. This guy's fucking nasty. Let's go ahead and take him. Hidden dev, 85 speed, 89 excel. I will say, though, I feel like he's pretty small for a linebacker. I mean, not like weight-wise, but 6 foot I feel like is a little bit short. But I will let the CPU take over from here. I'm hoping that they will hopefully draft me a hidden dev tight end with one of their picks. But we're going to have to find out. Sorry if you just heard a TikTok playing on my phone. Okay, and we did pretty good in the draft. Carmichael's a 77 overall. Gibson's a 78, and he's only 21. Someone please explain to me how he's not hidden dev. I genuinely couldn't tell you. McGee's a 73. We'll start him at our second D tackle. Travis King's a 72. Looks like the CPU took a 72 overall middle linebacker. I mean, he has hidden, but I don't think he has much of a spot for us, especially after we just fucking drafted a linebacker. I don't know what's wrong with this game. Looks like the best player in the class was an 81 overall linebacker. There's an 80 overall quarterback that goes to the Jets, an 80 overall tackle that goes to the Vikings. But other than that, not too much talent. We got the highest overall D end in the class, so I'll take that. But here's how the offense looks after the draft. Pretty much the exact same. We really had a heavily defensive draft because the O-line on paper doesn't look very good, but they've been playing great, so I don't want to touch it. And then we did add a lot to defense. We're going to start King at outside linebacker, and we're going to start McGee at D tackle. Carmichael, I'm hoping he's going to have a crazy year. And Gibson's up to an 80 overall with morale. Dude, I really want to give him a dev trade just because fuck this game, but I'm not going to do it because that's definitely cheating. We're an 85 overall going into this season. I mean, we're coming off of 2 straight 1 seeds. So just because of how this game is, I know we're bound to have like a down year eventually because it always happens at some point. But I don't know. We have a pretty good team. I don't know how our offense is such a low overall. Is it because our O-line's a low overall? Because we have good receivers. We have a good quarterback. Our tight end's a pretty low overall as well. So I guess it does kind of make sense. But let's go ahead and get to the midseason of I want to say this is the 3rd year. Let's go ahead and get to the midseason and let's see how the team's doing. And we are 6-1 at the midseason. We have the number 1 rushing offense in the league, 7th in points per game, the 11th defensive points per game, but the 8th rushing defense, at least in yards. Brock Purdy has 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns, and a big fat donut in the interceptions stat, 68% completion percentage. Christian McCaffrey's averaging 5 per carry, 691 yards, 8 touchdowns. Edwards is doing pretty good as a backup. I mean, normally you see your backup average like 2.5 per carry or something, so 3.6 is not bad. Sorry if you heard my dog bark. Brandon Ayuk is going crazy, almost 500 yards, 6 touchdowns. Sarah's doing pretty good, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns. Coakley's doing pretty good. Marquise Brown hasn't done too much for us since we added him, but I guess it's whatever. Yeah, lower overall O-linemen play better in this game. I don't care what you say. Don't care if I'm wrong, because I'm not. They just play better. We've allowed 8 sacks so far through 7 games, so like barely more than 1 a game. And on defense, Nick Bosa already has 9 sacks and 7 TFLs. Holy fuck. And Jair Brown's doing good. He has 2 picks. We got 1 out of Warner and 1 out of Benford. So Benford was a good addition. But I mean, Brock Purdy's on pace to like win the MVP. Nick Bosa's on pace to win fucking Defensive Player of the Year. The year's going great. Let's see who we have to re-sign. We only have $13 million and we need to re-sign Fred Warner. Yeah, well, I guess we're going to have to do that at the end of the year. So let's go ahead and get to the end of the season. Let's hope our team doesn't fall off and can stay strong through the end of the year. Wow, the 1 year I try to scout offensive line, fucking 2 of the weaknesses are the interior line. Cool. I just looked down and thought my mic was muted for a second and I was about to lose my mind. Dude, as I'm recording this video, Brandon the Simp, I'm pretty sure that's what the TS stands for. I'm sure if you watch my videos, you watch his as well. Just dropped a 49ers rebuild. I don't know. This has happened before. I remember I edited my Jim Harbaugh Chargers rebuild and was getting ready to upload it. And as I finished editing it, he dropped the Jim Harbaugh Chargers rebuild. But dude, I fucking love that guy. If you don't watch him already, which I'm sure you do because you're watching this video, but if you don't watch him already, go check out his videos. They're so fucking good. I'm sure he'll appreciate my huge shout out. He also responded to my comment on the video saying that I was recording my Niners rebuild. So love you, Brandon. But we finished the year 14-3 and get the 1 seed again. The passing offense wasn't very good. We had a really good rushing offense, and defense was really good all around. But yeah, that's 3 straight 1 seeds. Technically 4 because the year we didn't actually rebuild the team, we were the 1 seed. Brock Purdy had a really, really good year. 3,300 yards, 23 touchdowns, only 2 picks, 66. Dude, I cannot talk. 66% completion percentage. McCaffrey with 1,500 yards, 4.9 per carry, 17 touchdowns. Donovan Edwards also has 5 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk didn't even eclipse 1,000 yards. We did not pass very well this year. 11 touchdowns, though. Marquise Brown finishes with 706 yards and 4 touchdowns, which is probably his best year yet. Coakley with a pretty good year. Sarah with a pretty good year. And the O-line did not, back me up. They had a pretty rough second half of the year. McKee, only allowing 7 sacks to tackle is not bad at all. 12 is a little bit worse, but, still could be worse. And the interior played really good. Fucking Jake Brendle's a god in this game. Fred Warner leads the team with 124 tackles. 16 TFLs out of Josh Carmichael, 15 out of Matthew Teal, 14 out of Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa finishes the year with 16.5 sacks, 7.5 out of Matthew Teal, 6.5 out of Greg McKee, 4.5 out of Josh Carmichael. I kind of wish he would have done a little bit better. 4 interceptions out of Jair Brown, 3 out of Fred Warner, 1 out of Shaden Hamilton, 1 out of Hufanga, and 1 out of Christian Benford. MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes, I guess because Brock Purdy didn't throw many touchdowns. He's not up here. I expected to see him somewhere, though. We won our 3rd Coach of the Year of the video, or maybe the 2nd, I'm not sure. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jalen Hurts. McCaffrey places 3rd. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons. We came in 2nd with Nick Bosa. We also came in 5th with Fred Warner. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Alan Leclerc for the Saints. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Devontae Hill for the Vikings. We came in 2nd with Carmichael and 3rd with McGee. That's always sad to see. I swear, I come in 2nd place for awards a lot. But let's go ahead and get into the divisional and let's see who we're taking on. Please don't be the Cowboys or some good team, please. It's not the Cowboys, but is it much better? I don't know. But Atlanta did have the 26th offense in points per game and only the 13th defense, which, means we should win this game. I kind of wish I didn't say that because now we're going to lose. But let's send to the NFC Championship and hopefully get the win we deserve. Thank God. We do win 30-24 over the Falcons. We actually have a weekly award from the divisional round. And Brock Purdy had a really good game, 24 for 34, 270 passing yards, and 3 touchdowns. And we are taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC Championship, which is, I'd rather take on than the fucking Cowboys or something like that. They did have the 6th offensive points per game and the 9th defense. They had a pretty good team this year. They are higher overall than us as well. But we went 14-3, they went 10-7. So really anybody could win this game. If we lose, I honestly won't be upset. But, I'd still like to win. Oh my God. We're getting the fucking rematch. The rematch part 2, actually. Come on, dude. Come on, Niners. Let's get our vengeance. Let's get our fucking vengeance. But on offense, Brock Purdy actually goes down to superstar after throwing only 2 interceptions and 20-something touchdowns. I don't even want to get into it. And on defense, it looks like Jair Brown goes up to superstar, which is awesome. And I want to say everybody else is the same, but we have a really nice team here. And I'd like to win this Super Bowl. Let's go ahead and hop in and let's see how it goes. The Chiefs have an 89 overall team. Mahomes has already won another Super Bowl in this simulation. Holy shit, I can't believe we're getting the rematch part 2. That is crazy. I've been playing a decent amount of drives in these videos recently. Let's get a drive going. Holy shit, we got a turnover on the first drive too. Or on the Chiefs opening drive. That's huge. Now let's go ahead and give a little handoff to McCaffrey. We're going to do what the Niners couldn't do. And we're going to beat the fucking Chiefs. How cheese would it be to just keep on? Oh my God. I genuinely think this is going to be a touchdown. I'm out of there. I'm gone. Skirt! Get in there. Oh. You know what? I'll throw the ball. I won't be a bitch. I have a really bad feeling about this, though. This play is really scary. Okay, come on. Just don't throw a pick, Maddox. Okay, that was probably the worst thing I could have done. What is wrong? I could have just ran the ball, had pretty much a free touchdown, and I decided to do that. That was cool. If I don't get a touchdown on this drive, I'm going to be mad, but I think Marquise Brown can burn his guy right here. Dude, someone want to explain to me how that's a dead eye? He was kind of covered anyway. That was a pretty dumb throw. We could hit a slip screen here. I actually like this idea. We either get closer to field goal range, or, we get a closer field goal, or we get close enough to where we can go for it. Or we get a fucking touchdown, or we get a fucking slowdown. Come here! Oh my God, we're on the 1 yard line. I tried to slow down to let that blocker get in front of me, and yeah, now we're on the 1 yard line. I maybe could have just kept running, but I think we should be able to make this happen. We're going to get a double team going on Chris Jones. If we can stop him, I think we can get in the end zone here. Touchdown, 49ers. We should fucking win this game. We get a stop on defense the first drive. We get a touchdown on offense. Let's let the CPU take over. We missed our PAT. But we do get another stop, and we get another touchdown, so we have a 13-point lead, but the Chiefs do eventually go get a touchdown. But we score again. We have a 2-touchdown lead, but the Chiefs also score again. Playing some defense, we get a couple stops. Looks like we kick a field goal. We have a 9-point lead, which is 2 possessions, and we get another field goal, so we have a 12-point lead. The Chiefs match our field goal, but it's still a 9-point game, but holy fuck, that was really bad, whatever just happened. But we're actually driving down the field, and we get on the board with a touchdown. We have a 10-point lead, but they get a field goal, so it's now only 7. A lot is going on, and my monitor just turned off, so I can't even see what's happening. And the 49ers are your Super Bowl champions. They get their rematch against the Chiefs, and they win it. Let's go ahead and take a look on how everybody did this game. Brock Purdy had 40 pass attempts, only completed 27 of them, 2 touchdowns and an interception. McCaffrey had 2 touchdowns and 137 rushing yards. Marquise Brown had 95 receiving yards. We got 54 out of Sarah. He got a touchdown. 65 out of Brandon Ayuk. He got a touchdown. Our O-line did not allow a single sack throughout the whole game. Nick Bosa got a sack for us. No TFLs. And who got the turnover? Jair Brown, my boy, pretty much won us the game. I know it was early, but we only won by 1 possession, and he got an opening drive interception. So, and your 2026 Super Bowl MVP goes to Christian McCaffrey. I think there really couldn't be a better time to end this video. You know, we got our rematch against the Chiefs, and we won it. If you made it this far into the video, you clearly enjoyed. So leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I do a lot of videos based off comment ideas that you guys give me. This one was not, but I've done a lot recently. So if you have any good rebuild ideas, let me know, and there's a good chance I will do it. But that is going to be the end of this one. That was a perfect finish for this video. Deuces.